महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महादेवमुदं शिरसा नमामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि. When you cannot avoid relating, we have to make sure we don't get into the lock-on situations. You cannot be free from relationship. That is out of question. You open your eyes, you relate. You are the subject and everything else is object. That's the relationship. Minimum. And you have to respond. Open your eyes, you see, you respond. And it's a truck and move, you move. You respond. You better respond. Or your father. Another truck. Respond, because he is a self-made man. Self-made man is always very hard. Self-made man doesn't assimilate his own success, and therefore wants everybody to understand. You know, how did I study? I studied under street lights. You know how I worked hard. I had a job, and then I went to school and college. I was delivering newspapers and earned money. Okay, you did a wonderful. You did very well. So, you did well, and we are very proud you did well. But that's not, he has to be proud, you know. He has got some problem. Assimilated and not assimilated. He can't believe that he is successful. Very hard. You have to deal with, not only in life, you deal with the trucks, okay? You deal with people. You cannot avoid. And there are different people. You are related to all of them differently. You have to respond to all of them. Just to open your eyes, you relate. So if relationship is unavoidable, then freedom in relationship exists only when you don't get into lock-on situations. What is lock-on situation? Two antelopes fight against each other and their horns are locked. Now they want to release themselves, they cannot. They got locked. Whether it happens or not, that is an example. There's a lock on. You can be free in a relationship if you have the wisdom and the space to allow the other to be what he is, what she is, what he was, she was. That freedom. In other words, you are free, you enjoy freedom in a relationship to the extent you grant freedom to the other to be what he is, what she is. This is a big thing it is. And to allow, to give freedom for the other to be what he is, what she is. What freedom I can give? And this person doesn't do this, doesn't do that, and all right. Don't give freedom. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What I say, no, I should correct that person. Please do it. Do correct. But he doesn't get corrected. What are you going to do now? You have to know what are you going to do. So the person gets under your skin. Okay? Don't allow these persons to get into you. The Gita says, you let the person be in his or her own space. Grant freedom. Freedom in the sense, be objective. Be objective. This is how this person is. This is how this person is your understanding. It may not be totally right. It can be wrong also. And therefore, you have to say, this is how this person is. Perhaps I am wrong. In my thinking, it's provisional. And therefore, so this is not an ordinary thing that this is a thing that has to be assimilated and followed. And I'm going to teach a session. We'll have a session. So, closed eye session, okay? We'll have a closed eye session. But this is to be understood well. In my perception, this is how this person is. And was also creates problems. How could he do this? I can never forgive this fellow. I can never forgive. I cannot forgive. All right, don't forgive, forget. I can never forget. I can never forgive. Like these lot of fellows are all inside. And you want Shanti. And they are sitting like amoebas, and they just go on eating away your Shanti. These amoebas live on, thrive on Shanti. Like this, so many insights, so many of them. How did he do this? How did she do this? How can he not? How could you omit this? Then omission and commission. Sometimes you include God also. Oh, I am angry with God. This is another. I'm angry with God. Why? Because I prayed to Him so much. So, one politician said like, a Bombay politician, and his wife died. She was a great devotee of Siddhi Vinayaka. And then she died. And this politician said that I don't believe anymore in God. And somebody asked him, and he said, I don't believe in God. My wife was a great devotee. And now she's gone. I don't believe in God anymore. Then somebody asked me this, what do you say? I said, he doesn't believe in God because if she is a devotee, and she should not die. She is a devotee. How can she die? Leave me here. Let's just all confused. So include in your these amoebas, antakarana amoebas, gods also are sitting, eating away your Shanti. You complain against God also. Not understanding what is God, what is Ishvara. There is an inner world consisting of people whom you never approved, who had hurt you in some way or the other. And they are all sitting there. Because you are hurt. They include even your parents. Because parents also, not consciously or deliberately, but they also hurt you. Why he didn't do it? Why did he do this? Why she didn't do this? There are different omissions and commissions on their part. It's all role play. But they are not looked upon as roles, And those commissions and omissions affect the person and they are there. So, what do? You have to, we have to reorganize ourselves. Unload all of them, granting each one the freedom to be what that person is. Who are you to grant freedom? I grant freedom for the fire to be hot. I grant freedom for the wind to be blowing. I grant freedom for the water to find its own level flowing. I grant freedom for the sun to be bright. I grant freedom for the clouds to be moving. I grant freedom for what? My in-laws. To be always, my mother-in-law to be always complaining. I grant freedom. Swamiji, that's not possible. That's not possible. Yeah. What freedom? Who are you to grant freedom for the sun to be bright? You need to understand what it takes to grant freedom. You don't complain about it. What makes you happy? Seeing a range of mountains. Green, beautiful range of mountains. You see them. You are happy in the sense you are at peace with the mountains. You are in harmony with the mountains. What is the harmony? You don't want them to be different. Understand? You don't want them to be different. The mountains, you don't want them, yeah, you don't want them, they're all bald, etc. Then it's a problem. You want them to be different. If you don't want them to be different, I'm talking as an example. If the mountains you are at home with, you are in harmony with these mountains, if those mountains do not evoke in you the wanting person, the munumunu person. Munumunu is the fellow who goes on complaining. Always, what is used in this world? The world is always like this. So people say, see the mountains, see the mountains. When I want to see the mountains, the clouds come. I just want to see the mountains and the clouds come. When I want to see the clouds and the mountains, so all of them. There are characters like this. Understand? They are characters. And that character is called Munumunu. Munumunathan. இது மாதிரி முணுமுணு அது சொல்லிட்டே இருப்பான். இது ஒரு கேரக்டர், சரியான கேரக்டர். So complaining. Anything, even that munumunu I'm talking about, is not complaining. Haha. That's the mountains I'm talking about. Okay? Those mountains. You have no complaint about the mountains. That's the reason why nature seems to be the most sought after experience. Why? Because it doesn't evoke in you the wanting person. In other words, you don't want the mountains to be different, the sunrise to be different, the sunset to be different. But the blazing sun right above your head, you may want it to be different. That is why I don't talk about it. So this sunrise, you don't want it to be different. The sunset, you don't want it to be different. The trees to be different. You want them to be different. Then you are a samsari. If you don't want them to be different, you are free relating to them. You understand this, assimilate this. You are free in the relationship. They don't bother anything to you. They don't cause any botheration. They are not sitting in your heart, irritating you, frustrating you. You have totally accepted them. And they are in their own spaces. See the beauty of it. They are in their own spaces. You don't require to pocket them. You don't require to control them. You let them be where they are. You enjoy them as they are. Remember the mountains. Remember the meadow, a valley, a green meadow, a cow grazing there, a horse running around. All this you can enjoy as it is. It's a beautiful enjoy. Can you do the same thing with your father, with your mother? You have to do the same. This is the Swamiji. Mountain is different from my father. I know that. My father, I wish that he was like this. I wish he did not take alcohol. It's true. That's a wish. Be objective to your wish. But he was taking alcohol. He was alcoholic. This is how the mother was. This is how the father was. You care for, pray for them, care for them, do what you can do for them, but allow them to be in their own space. Mahaganapatin manasa smarami Mahadevamudam shirasa namami Mahaganapatin manasa smarami